Chapter 22 of Baki Rahen has finally released, and in this chapter, it actually happened. Pickle has returned to the Baki series. But before I start today's video, let me know in the comment section below, who do you think would win in a rematch, Pickle or Jack Hanma? And if you'd like to interact with me, my community, show off your art, drop some memes, talk in general, or maybe even self-promote, then you can join the Discord that can be found in the description box below. Chapter 22 of Baki Rahen, His Life in the City. My boy Pickle is finally back, and it appears he found some new shorts and a new coat, looking more dripped out than ever. And Pickle is now walking out in public rather than staying in rivers in the wilderness like before. A giant. He walked with a deep slouch, but even still, he still stood around one or two heads above the rest of the crowd, barefoot, and despite the summer weather, he is wearing a thick coat. Could this be a giant drifter? But when one focused their eyes, the ruggedness of his skin became apparent. It was very unlike that of a typical homeless man's muscles. Pickle then spotted some crows on garbage bags and began to walk towards these birds. And the three crows tried to fly away, but Pickle had opened his jaws and began eating one crow on the spot. And Pickle had caught the other two crows with his hands, with everybody in the vicinity of Pickle now being surprised by this. People were even screaming after seeing this, and I can't even blame them. Meanwhile, Pickle is just chowing down on these crows. This man could be an S-tier mukbanger. Oh my god. Is he eating them? He is eating 3 birds at once. He ate them all whole too. And Pickle just began licking his fingers like he just got done eating a chicken sandwich or something. Then, there was that gross juice from the garbage bag spilling out onto the ground. And Pickle then looked down, with the garbage juice now grabbing his attention. Pickle then got down onto his hands and knees, and then began drinking the garbage juice. And I tell you what, there is no worse feeling than this juice spilling on you when you are bringing out the garbage. No way. The juice from the trash? For real? With some people even physically cringing after seeing Pickle do this. Pickle is just fully face first into this trash juice, with Pickle drinking the juice until there was literally none left. And when it really comes down to it, Pickle really is just a really strong homeless guy. He drank every drop of it. Is he gonna be okay? With yet another person cringing while another was holding back her throw up. Pickle then let out a burp like nothing had happened, and Pickle started to walk through town, with people still staring at him. But Pickle is now a changed man. He's just minding his business. That is, up until Mr. Tokugawa and Jack Hanma were standing in the middle of the road. And of course this would catch Pickle's attention. It seems Mr. Tokugawa and Jack Hanma were standing there waiting on something. And I guess whatever Jack Hanma was talking about with Mr. Tokugawa did not amuse him very much. Pickle and Jack were right in front of each other, with some pedestrians even thinking that this had to be a movie shoot or something. But then, they locked eyes, with Jack now looking up to see Pickle after all this time. What the hell? That's a human and not a mascot or something? Are we looking at a giant monster fight? But then, Mr. Tokugawa had smelled Pickle, even at the distance that they were at. God, what is this smell? With Pickle seeming to be stunned to see Jack after all this time. I mean, after all, these two have not met up since the Pickle arc. Jack, you cannot do this here. But even if you could, that stench is way too much to bear. But that didn't matter to Jack. Jack then began stepping towards Pickle, with Mr. Tokugawa trying to stop him. But Jack was not actually trying to fight with Pickle. He actually embraced and hugged Pickle, despite how much he smelled. Ever since then, all of this time, Pickle, I have been thinking about you. And now that Pickle is back, I'm assuming this well-awaited rematch is coming soon. And I'm not fully sure who I think will win, since both Jack and Pickle have their own respective fighting styles, as well as their own individual quirks and abilities. Although, the main reason that Jack had lost the first fight was his reckless way of fighting, which he has now corrected through the use of his Gaudo. But on the other hand, Pickle's final form is no joke, and he appears to be bigger and most likely stronger than before as well. And this would actually make sense, since he was in ice for hundreds of years, so he had to have lost some size as well as some muscle mass. And if Pickle has gotten even more physically stronger, then this fight could be insane. Pickle's main downfall is his lack of fighting knowledge. He knows no techniques, and Pickle mainly just brute forces his way through opponents, which may work on most of the main cast and in old Jack Hanma, but this newer version of Jack is refined and smarter than before. And Jack will probably wait for Pickle to go too crazy while also fighting him at the same time so that he can hit Pickle in a weak spot. And last time, Pickle won the bite off, but now Jack has titanium teeth to help him in this face-off, which will more likely than not leave Pickle more injured than Jack would be. But at the same time, injuries would not be much of a factor for Pickle, since in Pickle's final form, his muscles harden up to the point of them stopping his injuries from bleeding. And if Jack can make Pickle feel pain, then I think that could also be an enormous factor during this fight, since that is the only thing that Pickle seems to fear, other than a bee. And even with the bee, Pickle fears the pain that it brings with it, as well as Pickle also still remembering Jack as pretty much just prey, as the last time that Pickle had seen Jack was when he had strung Jack up on top of a building after their first fight so he could eat Jack later. And Jack could use this underestimation to his advantage and beat Pickle. However, I don't think Pickle will go down with no fight. After all, Pickle is what I believe to be the physically strongest character in Baki. Other than Yujiro Hanma, of course. I'm genuinely curious what the ending of Baki will be, because no shot anyone defeats Yujiro. But that will be all for today's video. And once again, let me know in the comment section below, who do you think would win in a rematch, Pickle or Jack Hanma? And if you enjoyed today's video and would like to support me, then you can leave a like and subscribe. It's completely free on your end and helps me out way more than you may think. And if you would like to interact with me, my community, show off your art, drop some memes, talk in general, or maybe even self-promote, then you can join the Discord that can be found in the description box below. But that's gonna be all for today. Thank you so much for watching this far in today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!